Welcome back. Jason Weigandt and Jeff Emig giving you the call here from Thunder Valley Raceway, Lakewood, Colorado. And Colorado native Andrew Short has gotten back into the #2 position. Tommy Hahn, who had passed him, went off the track. Hahn's now back to third. Obviously, conditioning paying off for Andrew Short. One of the big tools for fitness in motocross, the heart rate monitor. We talked to Andrew Short about that piece of equipment earlier this weekend.
Motocross is a really demanding sport, and a lot of people just assume that you sit on a bike from the outside looking on in, but anybody that's ridden a bike knows how physically demanding it is, and it ranks up there with soccer and a lot of other intense sports. Altitude is going to play a huge role, especially being here in Denver at 6,000 feet. The recovery, you're going to be breathing a lot harder, especially when you're banging bars with everybody else, and before you know it, you're going to be short of breath and you're going to start making mistakes. It's key to watching your heart rate. There's different zones, and with motocross you experience all of them, including a lot of high end. And emotions and everything else play a role, especially when you line up with 40 other guys, and you'll quickly find yourself high up in the heart rate range, and you need the recovery because you can't sustain that pace for so long, and that's when you make mistakes and crash. So it is really critical when you're racing and training for motocross to train with heart rate zones.
All right, that's Andrew Short, the heart rate. That's really what it comes down to. That's the measure of the effort these guys are putting in.
Well, there's no doubt that that sort of training, and you can take a look here at the resting heart rates for Andrew Short is really low. The average person is upwards of 20 beats higher, and Andrew Short he'll redline up around 190, which is pretty high. And these guys they train with intensity, they train with duration, and like he was talking about these different zones. And another thing he was talking about is the recovery. And so once you redline, can you bring it back down? And like Andrew Short here, this moto got some pressure from Tommy Hahn. Heart rate probably went up, but then he got a chance to relax here a little bit and recover, bring your heart rate back down. And when I'm talking recover, bringing it down, maybe 15 or 20 beats is going to make all the difference in the world.
So that's still like 170 or so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
To maintain that is amazing. Here's Chad Reed. He has worked his way now up into 7th. He's gotten around Cody Cooper. So a little bit better for our series points leader, but not enough. Short actually will take over 2nd in the points after this, with Alessi scoring no points today. And tough for Tedesco in the points. He scored 0 points at our opener in Glen Helen. So consistency is still paying off for Reed.
Yeah, but this is an interesting race. He qualified 11th, way off the pace. He said 7th now. On the first lap, he was 9th. And he's only 7th now, so there's definitely something going on with Chad Reed and the number 22. It just seems like that the motivation and all that, the intensity is gone. But for number 29 and 48, this is a whole new race, because once again, just as Short thinks that, okay, maybe I got 2nd wrapped up. Here comes Tommy Hahn once again back to battle here with just under 2 laps to go.
Man, I wonder what the heart rate of Tommy Hahn's been in this photo. He's got to be redline. The kid just keeps on digging from Kansas. Heck, if anyone should struggle in elevation, it should be from Kansas, but it's working for him right now.
Yeah, we're at about 2 feet.
2 feet elevation. But Short, who his trainer, Jeff Spencer, said because he grew up here, kind of has muscle memory. His body's able to adjust to that altitude maybe a little bit more quickly than some of the other riders. We'll see, because he's going to deal with some pressure from the man from the flatlands of Kansas, but we're running out of time for Hahn to make that move because the white flag is out. And Ivan Tedesco, by the way, folks, he's about to win his first ever race on a 450 in AMA Pro Motocross.
Yeah, this battle here is shaping up with 1 to go. Now, Ivan Tedesco's, he's backed off the pace a little bit. He's only 5 seconds ahead right now. He was upwards of 7 or 8, but you got to think right now, nerves are kind of setting in. He doesn't want to make any mistakes. He's got to stay focused, and he's going to win this overall here today, or tonight here in Colorado. And you just can't say enough about this ride other than that he has totally dominated.
Yeah.
I mean, total domination. Whole shot both motos. Check out. That's the way to do it. That's the gear stays nice and clean. You don't have to pull any tear-offs. You look great in the photo ops. You look nice and purdy up on the podium. And that's what every rider dreams for.
Tedesco's from New Mexico, but he would cross the state line and race in Colorado quite a bit as a youngster growing up. He's obviously comfortable on the track. This is where he won his first ever race in the 250 class. That's the support class to this 450 division. A couple of years ago, that's where Tedesco took his first career win, right here at this racetrack. So
and there's no doubt that when we talk about that muscle memory, I'm a firm believer in that you go to these tracks and you have these good memories, and it just brings about all this positive energy that he's won here before. You know, it was in a different class, but it just gives you that little bit of extra confidence that you can do it again, as opposed to a track that maybe you've always struggled at. So you come in there, you're fighting those demons, all those negative thoughts. Here, Ivan Tedesco, he's a half a lap away from totally putting it together. How happy the wife, his new son, Hunter, is going to be. And he watches the video some years from now about Daddy winning the big race at Thunder Valley. This is going to be awesome.
The kid works so hard. Hunter maybe too, but I mean his dad, Tedesco, stays at Ricky Carmichael's house, trains with Johnny O'Mara, one of the all-time greats of this sport. He's a multi-time champ himself, Johnny O. But even with all that hard work, it was a tough Supercross season for Tedesco. Even hard work alone isn't enough in this sport. You've got to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, and that's exactly what Tedesco has done. Here it is, folks. It's been a long time coming, but Ivan Tedesco is going to win both motos and the overall here at the night race in Colorado. And look at Short and Hahn as Tedesco was enjoying that victory lap. Those two nearly caught him. What a race.
What a ride for Ivan Tedesco.
Absolutely.
Takes home his first overall.
We'll be back to talk to these guys right after this.